Hey guys, this is Sharad with ReSimpli. Super excited to have Tim McGarvey on this call just to share his experience with ReSimpli. Tim, how are you, man? Welcome to the call.
I'm doing awesome right now. Thanks for having me, Sharad. Good to talk to you.
Absolutely, man. My pleasure. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where do you live? What market do you invest in? And what kind of investing do you do?
Yeah, so I'm a real estate investor and wholesaler. I live in Northern California in Napa, and my primary market is North Carolina. So we do about 15 or 20 wholesale deals a month, and then I also do some buy and hold investment. I buy a lot of seller finance deals. So basically, we're taking deals that don't work for our wholesale pipeline and then converting them to be able to structure seller financing and keep those for more of a passive investment. So
Nice.
active investor, and then real estate business owner in the wholesale space.
Is your team totally virtual?
We have a hybrid model, so we have about 8 people on the ground in North Carolina, and then about 4 or 5 others that are virtual and do basically our acquisitions is over the phone, and then dispositions and in-person inspectors that are on the ground.
Perfect.
So a little bit of a unique model we have set up.
Awesome, man. Congratulations on all the success. How long have you been using ReSimpli for?
I believe we started in 2021. We got the business off the ground in 2020, and we were using Podio at the time, and then kind of quickly had some problems with that and had trouble growing it, and got introduced to ReSimpli. I think it was early 2021 we started shifting over.
Right. Yeah, I think you've been using for like more than two, yeah, almost 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
What were some specific challenges or pain points that you were facing before switching to ReSimpli from Podio?
Yeah, we had trouble keeping up with the amount of customization that was required to basically, as our business was evolving, having enough resources to go in and change the way that things were labeled and structured, and the flow of it. It wasn't designed for wholesaling business, and which is kind of the polar opposite of the ReSimpli product, which is specifically designed for like exactly what we needed. So it was a simple transition, and was really like plug and play.
Nice. Yeah, man. That was the whole intention when we started the company. So it's so excited to see that investors like yourself, like, utilizing it. What specific features or software tools has ReSimpli replaced or enhanced within your business operations?
One of my favorite features is the KPI dashboard and the integration to like our marketing department. So
Right.
that's one of the things that I run most of our marketing side of our business. And I find it really helpful to have the ability to connect our bank account information with
Right.
the closed transaction and like status of the pipeline, to be able to have a connection between like how much money are we spending on marketing, and then what type of returns are we getting, and where are the deals that we're spending money on within our pipeline. So I find myself looking at that a lot. KPI dashboard. Overall, it's just the amount of time that we have back in our day to be able to actually like focus on operations and like the real estate side of our business, because we don't have to worry about constantly changing and updating and maintaining the CRM portions. That's been one of the biggest advantages, I think, is to be able just to have be able to focus on our business and not all of the back end that goes into maintaining and managing a CRM.
Yeah. The accountant in me gets super excited when someone brings up the KPI because it's like probably the most boring part of the business, but in my opinion, it's the most essential part of the business. Like that's where you start really gaining efficiency and your net profit starts going up as you become more efficient with marketing. So man, it's amazing that you guys are doing that. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
it's
awesome.
it's it's really easy to get confused with. There's so many like numbers and so much data available. But at the end of the day, like a wholesaling business is like, how much money do you put into the machine on marketing, and then how much do you
Exactly.
get back at the end of the day? So you need to be able to like clearly see for each marketing channel what your return is on it, and know when to double down on a channel, when to cut something, when to A/B test and explore further. And so in ReSimpli, like you can very easily see that number, like
Right.
per each marketing channel, what is my return right now? And it drives our marketing planning and budgeting, and that's kind of the home base that we go to
That's
make decisions.
that's perfect, man. You're absolutely model, like perfect recently customer investor making your decisions based on data. I wish more companies would do that, like look at their
It
KPIs and make
yeah,
decisions based on rather than their gut feeling.
it took us a while to get to that point, but The longer we've been doing it, the more it's like, okay, this isn't, it's not rocket science. There's a couple of numbers that matter.
Yep,
Let's focus on those.
exactly.
And
Perfect.
yeah, you get a ton of leverage in the business when you start to focus on the things that matter.
Cool. What would you say if you had to pick one? Would you say is your most favorite feature within REsimpli and why?
Yeah, I think the KPI dashboard is my favorite. I end up using that most frequently. That's kind of my home base. Yeah, that's the primary one that I really like.
Perfect. I love it, man. I love it. Yeah. And since you started using REsimpli about 3 years ago, would you say that REsimpli helped you close more deals?
Yeah, absolutely. As I kind of alluded to earlier, we don't use a lot of resources in the business to like maintain and manage our CRM. And we're like really able to actually go focus on building the business and scaling. I'm in quite a few real estate masterminds and other groups where I'm constantly talking to people that are struggling with their technology and their CRM, and it becomes a bottleneck to them trying to scale their business because the CRM either requires them to hire more people or they're spending money on third-party management. They're hiring engineers to come in and tweak things, and it ends up diverting a lot of attention and resources from the thing that they actually need to be doing of like closing more deals, hiring, focusing
Yeah.
on big picture planning. And so for us, it's like when I talk to those people, it's like that's not an issue at our company. We don't really like worry about that at all of the
Yeah.
maintenance and management of it. It just our CRM does what it needs to do, and everyone knows how to use it, and it's it works for us.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like as a real estate investor, I feel like you should focus on hiring more salespeople and not software developers. That's something your CRM should take care of, like the tech side of it. Is there any particular thing about REsimpli that you think sets it apart from other real estate software like Podio you've used or other softwares that other investors are using?
Yeah, I think the main thing is there's a lot of CRMs and softwares that advertise themselves as plug and play or out of the box. And I've used quite a few that are not actually that way. They require a lot of additional resources, or you end up hiring a virtual assistant or someone to help you maintain it. ReSimpli has like actually been out of the box for us. It's designed for what our business is and what it does. And there's very little, if at all, modifications required to be able to use it. So we've been able to like implement it and start using it day one and have the team intuitively know what to do. It matches very well with our business model. Yeah, it's extremely straightforward to use.
Awesome, man. All right, man. Finally, what would you say to someone who is considering using ReSimpli for their real estate business?
I kid you not, I got a call about 2 hours ago from someone in my real estate mastermind. And he called me saying he was having issues with a different CRM that he'd been using for a couple of years. He wanted to get my take on what it would look like to move over to ReSimpli, what I thought about it. So I literally just had this conversation with a pretty big time investor. And I basically told him like the same thing I'm telling you is like we don't spend time and resources in our business focusing on this part of the technology stack. It just works for us. And we've spent a lot of money trying other things, testing other things, and we've always kind of come back to, ReSimpli just works for us and our team knows how to use it. If you want to be able to go focus on building your business, you can't get tripped up like blocking and tackling and focusing on like the CRM just needs to work. It can't like take attention away from something else. So that's what I've been telling other people. It just if you want something that
Awesome.
works and works for your business, that's the direction you should go.
Awesome, man. Tim, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming on the call.
Yeah, thanks, Rod. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.